And what's going on, shipmates? We are back another week, another update. This is Echocalypse, Echo Global. This is this week's update. As you guys know, last week there wasn't much going on. We didn't have really, which is a continuation of the previous week. Nothing really new, some little mini events, but other than that, that was about it. We had two URs going on, but now that week is over and we got a new week here. That's what we're gonna do. That's that. Just a little quick update on my squad. So you can see here I'm at 29.7k now, 29.7 million combat power. What's really just working for me right now is the combat gear. So this is something I haven't really covered in depth before. I've been kind of diving into the Renaissance cards real quick. They're not anything crazy. All you do is come in here where the red dots are. Personally, I would suggest, oh, come on, doing the activate ones first. So see, these are promotions. So it means I already have it. They're just, I got dupes. So they're going to be star broken through. Let's see if I can find any that are activate. I don't think so. I think I've gotten mostly, yeah, it's going to be, oops. So we'll just take this for example. So if I had all 5 of these, press activate, you gain all these attributes here, these bonuses here, added. And then as you update the progress, it gives you at the bottom even more on top of what all the cards give you. So as you can see here, I've been going through it. That's why I say when you do the activate, you get grand tokens towards this. And this is what really gives you the bigger buffs than the cards themselves. Promotions really don't do too much of that. Promotion doesn't give you grand tokens. It just increases the stats of that particular card set or card. Sometimes there is some by themselves. So I've been really diving into the combat gear, treasure. You know what? I'm going to do a video on treasures by themselves and kind of like combat gear in general and kind of go through and show you guys kind of like what's going on there. But essentially, I was just summoning because you get 3 free summons a day. There's like 4 different banners for the treasures, and they just give you different attributes depending on, some of it's like for story mode, some's for the arena, some's for like story event banner or stuff like that. It's just, there's like different areas of the game that it gives you those bonuses. It's not just all around combat power. So, but I had a bunch. I had probably like I'll show you. I probably had like close to like like 20 different treasures that I had just never broke through or activated, and that gave me about 300,000 combat power just doing that and activating that because I hadn't done it at all. That and I've already done Echo Laboratory kind of reviewed. I mean, I've just been dealing with that. And then what I have been doing with the squad itself is I've been just working on dupes. As you can see here, I got a Kabui dupe. So she's actually 2-star breakthrough now, which is, just bonus on top of bonus attributes. And who else did I just get? I want to say not Roxy, maybe Lorraine, probably Rosabelle. I think I showed you guys. I actually tried that star banner that was going on. It hasn't gone away. It's still around, but this is getting her to 3 stars. So as you can see, the ones that I'm star breaking through, I'm getting higher level of their skills activated and just getting more attributes. So that's just been the biggest contributor to my big growth that I've had these past couple of videos and couple of weeks in combat power, just of that. So something you guys can look at if you guys don't want to wait for my video to come out for those specific things. You could just take a look and just go through. Really, it's just like even with like Grand Blueprint, Renaissance Car Vibration Arms, it's just really going through and just activating, breaking through. It's essentially, it's easy. So there's 7,500. But it'll tell you what's there. And then there is a part, in the deploy section that you can actually assign certain ones to give you even more effects. So I'll probably do that, a video on those, because it does get a little in-depth. Not too much, nothing too crazy. But anyway, that's kind of my update where I'm at in the game. Still waiting on an East Rise tank. One hasn't come around yet, and I'm very interested to see what's going to happen, because I think there's only maybe a couple of units that, all right, so it's not going to show it here, but these are all East Rise that are currently out but that I don't have. Now if you actually want to kind of look around and see, if you go to the leisure center, to the affinity area, and kind of poke your nose around in here, down here. So for example, this here, it'll tell you like, oh, you're missing these units. And if you click on here, this is Elixia, as you know, she came out a couple of weeks ago, but this one here. So see, there's some that are in here that haven't launched yet, like Lumen, that's a tank. SSR though, that's that one. So we got one. I think, oh man, is it just one? I'm looking for the ones that I'm missing. That's Serene, yeah. Wow, it is. There's only one more East Rise unit that hasn't been released or launched. So hopefully it's a tank. If not, I might have to switch up my team, because either that or I might have to go SSR tank, which wouldn't be a bad thing necessarily. It would fit the squad, because like I said, I'm doing all East Rise. Or I could just be like, you know what, I'll save it, I'll use that for everything, and I'll just start building up other factions. Because we do have an Empire UR unit that came out today. Today is Sunday, so this probably video will be coming out Monday for you guys. I'll be doing another one, so I'll explain at the end kind of my newish release videos and stuff like that. So stay tuned if you're interested. If not, just get to the good stuff. All right, so next we're going to kind of go over the mini events that are going on. So let's just start with the simple ones. We got Modulate Star. This is going to be 20 living metal summons. So you can see there, bam, that's this week's Glory Star Progress little mini event. Same tasks that have always been there. More fights used, vibration armed draws gives you points, and the more points you get, the farther along in the progress you get to. That's here for another 6 days, for about another week. So if you take part in that, if you need some living metal, free living metal summons, go ahead and attack that. Next we got Cloud Surge. Cloud Surge is over. Like I said, as usual, the store is still here. So if you have so many leftover resources like I do, you can come in here and pick and get what else you need. Me personally, I like to use the Nutri Solutions, or the Artifact Matrix. Those are always good as well. Just depends on which your squad needs at the moment. Neolith Legend is done as well. The Glory Store, for example, is also still here if you want to get some Myth Analysts, which are the summons for this, and save it for the next one, you can. Other than that, there are some Renaissance cards here. So like I mentioned earlier, if you need to partake in that, you can get some free ones here. Treasure Tales are there as well for the treasure summons, and then just the usual resources there. Now, as far as that, patrol wise, there's really not much. Shattered Chaos, Storming Skyfront, Shiny Ceremony is still going on. We'll be finishing here soon, as well as Dead Sea Escape. And that's going to be it for patrols. And event wise, that's going to be pretty much it. Already finished that 7-day login, so it's not popping up for me anymore. That I did go over last video, which was just the, you check in and you get a free, where is it? Right here, you get a summoner selection out of these 6 units or cases, as well as, where is it? Is it this one? No. As well as a summer outfit selector for one of those cases as well. I'm not sure where it is. There it is. So it'll be just one of the summer events. So, and then once you activate, once you activate one of these, make sure to go into the Echo Laboratory, because there's areas in there that can be activated once you get or pick whoever case you want and swimsuit. So skins are part of the Echo Laboratory and will get you combat power as well. So next, we're going to just go ahead and jump straight, because that's pretty much it for the mini events that's going on. So we're going to go straight into Quicksand Phantom. That's going to be here. And we're now going to look this over. So this is the newest UR that got put in this week. She is Empire. I don't remember her name, but she is a DPS based unit. So we'll review her in a little bit and go over her skills. Let's check out the event though. As usual, same thing as every event. I don't think any of the big wigs watch me. I mean, I'm not that big. I only got like 60 something followers. I do appreciate every single one of you. But besides that, like, one thing I would ask for them, like if they could change something, would just be these events. I get it. It's kind of cut and paste, and they got probably, you know, a layout and a plan how to like release certain units. And of course they got different regions and stuff like that, JP, CN, SCA, to like all contribute and stuff. And like, if you ever kind of want to get to see what's coming, you can always jump into those regions and then kind of take a look and see what the newest units are. And then eventually they come to us. Where the global is usually the last one. But this is one thing I wish they could change up. Just something a little different. Like, I mean, it's pretty straightforward, I'm not going to lie, because you just got like the missions, story mode. You got a little boss challenge thing. I mean, it's pretty simple. It doesn't take long to like run through it. But some of those players who like to kind of really dive into it and kind of spend some time, it'd be cool to do like a little side quest event or something like that kind of makes you be a little bit more involved, like gameplay wise. So just something, you know, other than that. But same thing, like I said, as usual, all these are the same when it comes to the missions. To get those, the secret lair, the shop, once you get 2,000 of these rubies, oh cool, then you can unlock to buy the S Elementum, the 5 free summons. So that is there. A Hund is the actual boss this banner event, which is cool. Wouldn't mind seeing her fully start breakthrough and kind of see what she can really do and get a sneak peek of what I'm in store for once I fully unlock her. But the story mode is the expedition type. So like I said, for each section you get 300 more fight from there, and another 135 from doing the story. So you'll get one here. So for example, I'll show you, skip the first part, bam, you get 45 right off the bat. So there's 3 of those. So there's the first one, the 7th one, and the last, the 12th one. After you beat it, there's also a little story there. So you get those as well. So today it's the first chapter is open. 2 days later, second chapter. 2 days after that, the third and final chapter will open. And that's going to be it for that. And of course, as always, there's going to be like the stuff where you can buy extra rubies, free summons. Divine Ascent is more bonus rewards and to get from summoning her. And if you get her, you can get these here. To the right is where you have to pay the super value. The free ones are going to be on the left side there. All right, so let's jump into it and just go straight to Mel. This is here. So UR Mel, let's take a look. Chain Annihilation. This is going to be kind of the only new thing for the summons. Everything else, Treasure Hunt, we got Alice in Wonderland as Cinderella. Card summon is the same. The Witch's Book is still here. Remember, when you summon, this is for fragments and pieces of witch printing, not the actual unit. Elamano Sirius is still here. Arms modulation matches up to the people and the cases that are in the summon. Nothing in Neolith. And the other cases we have, Star Path Dawn is still here. And then you have UR Natalia. She is back. I think she was gone for like a week or two, and now she's back. So if you're interested in her, I will put her review in the description. You can take a look at that. So UR Mel, Chain Annihilation. She looks pretty dope. Very futuristic, kind of cyborgish robot lizard tail thing going on. So cool. Those are the attributes. DPS, Chain Annihilation. This is interesting. Chain Annihilation. Let's see what goes on. So bursts out of the sandstorm, dealing physical damage equal to 81% attack to front row enemies. That's going to be AoE, a little bit of AoE, and inflicting damage equal to 150% attack to an enemy with quicksand. Okay, so let's figure out what quicksand is here. Second skill, Mel emerges from the ground, dealing physical damage equal to 186% attack to front row enemies and damage equal to 150% attack to enemies with quicksand. So she's hitting twice. Yep. Yeah, so she's hitting to the front row and then any other enemies with quicksand. So it could be the front row, it could be the back row. This damage has an additional 50% crit and crit strength bonus for the quicksand, or is it just for in general? She recovers 50 potential. After receiving skill damage equal to 200% from. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be the quicksand one. All right, so the UR here, Mel manipulates quicksand to deal physical damage equal to 200% attack to all enemies. So that's a full AoE, all 6, and deals damage equal to 250% attack to enemies with quicksand. This damage has an additional 50% crit, so crit strength bonus. Wow. Okay, so I'm guessing that's what the chain is. So chain does kind of, I mean, chain would mean multiple hits. The passive. Let's look at this. Let's see what's going on here. Home field, start of the battle, Mel gains Burrow for 2 rounds. Whenever Mel takes damage equal to 40% of her max P, she gains Burrow again for 2 rounds, triggering once per round. When gaining Burrow, she applies quicksand to 2 random enemies for 2 rounds, triggering once per round. So once per round, she can give 2 random enemies quicksand. So best case scenario, in 3 rounds, all 6 units will have quicksand on them. Best case scenario. Worst case scenario, 3 or 2, or I'm sorry, 4. Okay, so what is Burrow? What does Burrow do, and what is quicksand? Let's take a look at this. So Burrow, while in the Burrow state, Mel gains a 10% damage increase. 10% of the damage received during Burrow will be dealt to enemies affected by quicksand. Oh, okay. Triggers up to 3 times per round. 3 times per round. Quicksand increases damage received by 20%. Wow. 20% of healing and shields received will be transferred to Mel, triggering up to 3 times per round. Wow. What the fuck? All right, so this is really interesting, shipmates. This really is a definition of chain. So let's explain this. So right off the bat, you start the match. She's doing Burrow, right? To start the battle, it says right there, she gains Burrow for 2 rounds. After she gets Burrow, right, she automatically picks 2 enemies, or I'm sorry, yeah, 2 random enemies to get quicksand. On top of, and then once you have that going on, of course, you get all these increased damage. The healing and shield part is really, really, really awesome. That's pretty dope. So she's not only is Mel doing this DPS damage and chain damage, but she's also healing and giving herself shields, pulling from the enemy. But then on top of all that stuff where quicksand is getting activated, you're hitting everybody twice. Essentially, that's what you're doing. So 81% is not a lot, right? But 150% to an enemy, which is going to be 2 people. So let's say it's the 2 in the back row. You're already hitting all front row enemies at 81%, then hitting 2 back row for 150. And then you're doing it again, 186% to front row, and then 150 attack to enemies. And by the time you hit this one off, you're going to have 4 for enemies with quicksand. And then on top of that, 50% increase in crit and crit strength bonus. Your chimeras and your equipment should all be crit based on her. You need to get that crit chance as high as possible. Wow. This is awesome. That's pretty good. Me personally, I like the design of the unit in the case. Easy name to pronounce, Mel, as you guys know. So I'm not gonna lie, this is a good one. This is definitely making me think I want to kind of summon for her, get her, and just add her. Maybe I don't think I would add her to my current squad, but this would definitely make me start an Empire squad. She is Empire. Let's take a look at the links. So to get Mel's HP increased by 18%, you will need Anna. I don't have her. Armor increased by 18 is going to be Dominica. Cool, she's checked off. Elixia, that's funny, who we just looked at. It'll be resistance increased by 18%. And to increase Mel's attack by 25%, you need Ganglery and Ziz. Ganglery is there. Interesting. Wow. She's here for 13 days. You got time. We got 20 summons. Ooh. Real quick, let's take a look at her arms modulation. This is going to be interesting. The Tearer. So that gets added. So Taste of Blood. When an enemy with quicksand takes damage, which is going to be every round, Mel deals damage equal to 150% attack to all enemies. So that, wow, Shipmates. Do you not understand what's going on here? With her actual UR weapon attached, she is hitting 3 times per round. 3 times per round. So let's just use her first skill. 81% front row enemies at 3 in the front hit. 2 quicksand, so that's going to be 150% to those 2. And then with this weapon attached, she's going to hit all enemies, full AoE for 150%. 3 attacks in 1 round. Yeah, this is a heavy hitter. This is dangerous. She's dangerous. All right, Unlucky Travel this side. When an enemy with quicksand takes action, Mel deals damage equal to 200% attack to that enemy. Triggers once per round. Interesting. That one's okay. It would be broken if it said if it didn't have a trigger once per round. But I mean, once per round still, that's 4 times someone's getting hit. Shipmates, this is the one. I'm not gonna lie, I think I made up my mind. This is somebody I definitely would play with. Because I do have I do have some Bifrosts that are up there that I have used before. Let's see what happens. I'm interested. Interested indeed. So it's only 20. Like I said, I'm not even close to pity. So it'd be awesome if we could save me some more fight. Alright, so nothing there. You know what? What do I got? 26. I got 40 more. That's only, I'll stay above 20. That's fine. Let's see if we can save a little bit and get it before the 40. No, I haven't summoned for a while either. It's probably been like a couple weeks, so they're probably gonna make me hit the pity because they're like, hey, you haven't been spending. So let's see what we got. Another, okay, nothing there. Close. All right, so what we got left? 2. We got let's see, this is the one. Usually I get lucky and hit it before. There we go. Yes. Mel, welcome to the team. I love the weapon too. The scythe, I've always been a fan of scythes, just in general, from any game, platform, anime. I've always enjoyed those. All right, so there we go, shipmates. We got her. Once time to add her to the squad. It's gonna be fun. You know what? Let's put her out. But that's about it, shipmates. Thanks for watching the video. I appreciate everybody liking, subscribing, commenting. I know I've been a little behind, a little whack on the video posting. I am trying to get better at that. I believe me. I'm trying to find the right schedule, kind of like sometimes I try to do it like, okay, on these days I'm gonna put videos out, but just sometimes, you know, work life happens and I just get caught up. So what I'm gonna do is what I'm kind of been doing, I started last week, was I'm taking one day, recording as many videos as I can, and then schedule them out kind of like day after day. That way you guys still get kind of like the once per day video kind of deal. But I'm really trying. So bear with me. I appreciate the patience and everything. I'm trying to get these videos out as quick as possible and trying to get at least some decent content. There's a lot of good games coming out already. Do It Night Abyss, Chaos Zero Nightmare, the Brave Frontier came out with something else. There's just been so much kind of going on. And then, of course, the games I'm already playing, just like in general, new events like this one. Anchor Parenting just started a new one. So there's a lot going on. And, of course, the holidays is always crazy. So other than that, shipmates, thanks for watching. Fair winds and following seas. See y'all next video.